I think there's something living in my walls. The following narrative has been adapted from police records, 911 transcripts, and documentation collected during the investigation of a reported home disturbance between November 12th and November 18th. For privacy reasons, names and addresses have been changed to protect the innocent and to avoid interference with the open case file. The subject of the report, a single occupant of a residential property in redacted county, placed multiple emergency calls over the course of 6 days, each escalating in urgency. The final call came at 3:17 a.m. on November 18th and ended abruptly. Responding officers arrived on scene and made entry into the home, November 14th. I don't know exactly when the weird stuff started. I think it's been going on for a while, but I've only just started to notice. Now, every time I think back to something that could have been linked to forgetfulness or coincidence, my hair stands on edge. It started with small things, a book being misplaced, the thermostat being changed, or the doormat being shifted. Last night, though, I woke up at 2:46 a.m. I remember the exact time because I checked my phone. I thought I'd heard something upstairs, like slow, steady footsteps. Just 4 or 5 of them, then nothing. Maybe it was a tree branch knocking against the house. Maybe it was the house settling. I told myself all kinds of excuses to make my mind stop racing. But it didn't feel like that. It felt intentional. When I got out of bed this morning, the hallway light was on. I never leave that light on, ever, and my bedroom door, which I know I shut, was open about 6 inches. I stood there staring like an idiot for a full minute, just trying to convince myself I'd forgotten, that I was just tired, that I'm stressed. But I swear I remember lying in bed with a cold sweat, thinking about the footsteps or the knocking I heard last night, and the only light being from my dimmed phone screen. In fact, it felt darker than it ever has in my life. Transcript 911, call date November 14th, time 11:42 a.m., caller Susan Armstrong. Call type suspicious activity. Dispatch 911, what's your emergency? Caller, Hi, yeah, I'm sorry. I am not even sure this is an emergency. Dispatch, that's okay. Just tell me what's going on. Where are you right now? Caller, I live alone. And I've been hearing noises upstairs. Footsteps, like actual walking.